Let's get salty!
Hey everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and I have completed every achievement from Showdown in the Badlands, and it is time for me to share my guide, my tips on how best to complete these achievements for nearly 17,000 experience points, which can significantly help you move up that rewards track. I'm already like nearing level 90 while missing almost 2 weeks due to sickness, so it definitely does help. And if you enjoy the content on the channel, you want to help support content like this, please hit that sub button, give the video a like. It helps a lot. It takes a lot of time to put this all together, so if you could share it, I would really appreciate it. So yes, I have a Google Doc as always completed with every achievement, basically its description, recommended deck code or strategy. Not all these like really need specific decks, but most of them have a recommended deck to help you complete it. Most are wild centric, as honestly the latest strategy is to literally farm wild bots that just don't concede, that can help you complete a lot of these achievements. But there are other ways to complete the achievements, of course. You can complete an achievement playing standard, wild, and those modes count, but not casual. Casual does not count for whatever reason. Same with friendly games, same with solo adventures, same with tavern brawls. None of those count. However, you can complete achievement progress in the arena, so that works. If you draft any of these cards, you can do that there. Or you could play heroic duels or casual duels. And let's say you don't own some of these cards, you might be able to draft some of these cards into casual duels bucket to get progress, if that's a way you want to try and manipulate it. And there's also just strategies to play casual duels, have quick games, and get some of these done. So that is a valid option. Anyways, let's go into the achievements, starting off with Death Knight. With questionable ethics, summon 100 piles of bones. Just played like an unholy like style Death Knight. Basically copy the death rattle, spread it around, resummon the stuff. Can discover ways to resummon things. You have like Unholy Frenzy. Can do a lot of different things. This one didn't take as long as I thought it would. From one legend to another, take control of a legendary minion with Reska the Pit Boss. I've been outdated Rainbow Redithal DK, but probably just play the normal like Excavate Plague Death Knight right now and just hope there's a legendary on board and steal it. Manipulate it as best you can. Can't really set it up too well. It has to take a legendary minion, but it'll happen probably quicker than you'll think, especially when you got like Titans and all that going on. The minion with no health deal 20 damage with a single fistful of corpses. Again, highlighting an outdated Rainbow DK, but you get a lot of corpses with that deck. I actually just got this done in arena. Just save up 20 corpses, cast a spell, you're done. It really isn't that hard. So those aren't too bad. Demon Hunter, you get one, the first one here. You gave me a load of dice, roll 2 ones with Snake Eyes. I don't have a specific deck, just run Snake Eyes, Bouncers, and just hope to roll 2 ones. It's pure luck. I got it on my 3rd roll. Sometimes lucky, it happens. But yeah, there's really no way to manipulate this other than play it a lot and hope to roll 2 ones. There's nothing else you can really do about it. We have the Hammer Spammer, destroy 6 enemies with a single fan the hammer. I played like, I think I had relics in here, but most importantly in wild, Mad Summoner, one of the best achievement cards out there. You just fill the board if you can clear it beforehand. It's great. Play Mad Summoner, play a hammer, fan the hammer. You might be able to discount it, and boom, that kind of does the trick. It's really good. And when I did this, Fan the Hammer was not a fell spell, so if you want to try and manipulate it with like, there's a 4-drop that draws a fell spell that makes it 2 less, you could try that, but I did it before it was even changed to a fell spell. With my eyes closed, trigger the effects of Blind Eye Sharpshooter 90 times. This card's already been nerfed, but only by 2 health, and I did it in wild with Quest Naga Demon Hunter. You could do it with the straight up aggro Demon Hunter in standard. It doesn't take that long with the cards that cheap, and you can just spam 0 mana spells and Nagas, and you could probably win some games at the same time doing it. And a reminder, these decks are not built to win games, they're built to complete achievements. Some of them are literally win conditionless, just so you know. It's all about achievement progress here. Druid, we have Itsy Bitsy Spiny Tiny, discover 16 different minions with Cactus Construct. Again, I didn't recommend a specific deck. Just play Cactus Construct, keep track of what you discover, and once you get to 16 minions, you're done. It really is pretty simple. Drag on and on and on. end your turn with 7 dragon golems in play. This isn't optimal, probably just straight up dragon druid's better. I did with Reno dragon druid to help couple up with some other stuff going on, particular dragon tails, but getting Reno wins. There's an achievement for getting a bunch of Reno wins, so I made this one take a little bit longer to help with that. But if you want to play just straight up dragon druid, that's definitely a good solution. And then we have favorite bedtime story, play 75 dragons created by Dragon Tales. So again, I'm only running 1 copy to Singleton, but I can ETC it. I can also guidance this out as well, copy it that way. I also have like Disciple of Eonar in there to duplicate its effect. And again, I'm just trying to get Reno wins on top of Barrel Brim procs, which we'll talk about later. So I was kind of multitasking, which can help a lot for achievement progress. But again, you can just play straight up Dragon Druid with 2 copies of the spell. That works just fine too. We have Hunter with Death Valley, summon 8 bovine skeletons in 1 game. I have a Beast Hunter here, and basically you want to play like the new like Bunny Hopper style card, the 2-mana 1/2 that gives Beast Rush. Play a bovine skeleton, play Timberwolf, so it has 4 attack, and as long as there's a bunch of stuff to trade in, you can continuously trade in those bovine skeletons. They'll always have 4 attack, get them back and back, or you can just do it like a strategy with like bananas and just keep bringing it back over and over, which is how I actually did it. My opponent who sniped me to achievement hunt was doing the right strategy and showed me how it was done, so shout out to them for that. You can't see me mount all 8 chameleons from Camouflage Mount. There's a lot of Reno Hunter stuff you got to do for this achievement or in the next achievement, so I just played it in Reno Hunter. But you just play Camouflage Mount until it's done, right? You don't even really need to keep track of it. It'll eventually get all 8 at some point, so just keep playing Camouflage Mounts until that achievement procs. And the reason I was playing Reno Hunter is the day the Deathwing came, attack and kill 80 enemies with Felder in the Lost. So it's a lot easier to do in Wild because you have Devouring Swarm, which you could play your Felder in, then have it go into a minion, and then you get it back into your hand because of Devouring Swarm, and Stitch Tracker, which can discover a copy of a minion in your deck. You can also balance it with like Zolas and Brewmasters. So there's a lot of ways of doing it, and also counts if it just kills something on board. So it takes time, and that's why I did the mount in a Reno deck as well. And you do need Reno wins. Again, we'll talk about that later. Mage, my Surge floweth over. Try to summon 10 overflow surgers that can't fit on the board with this effect. This one was really frustrating. It doesn't really make sense to do this at all, but yeah, just play Elemental Mage, hope to survive to late game, and then you can play like 1 overflow surger and then play like clear off a space and then play another one, and it'll probably get done. But yeah, this one was a little bit aggravating trying to survive long enough to summon that many. Seeing Stars, cast 30 spells with Stargazing as an effect. I just played Stargazing with a bunch of draw and Servar to get more Stargazings, and really not much more than that. It doesn't really win, but you can get a lot of Stargazing procs, and that's all that matters. We have Reliquary, save 200 mana on cards with Tailful and Bloodwatcher. I just had fun with Exodia Mage in Wild, where you go Apprentice, discount. Basically, Apprentice will override once it says 1 or less. Apprentice will make it go down to 0, and just spam infinite fireballs with your Antonitis and all that, and it just keeps shooting and try and kill as much stuff, and especially if you're facing a bot, they won't concede, and you can just spam infinite fireballs until, you know, they blow up. It only took me like 3 games once I got the combo. It just took a while to get the combo. You could do it more conventionally, just generating cards and then playing the card, but this was a little bit more spicy for me. Paladin, hi ho, on board we go. Summon 7 of the Badlands bandits at once. I call this Achievement Paladin, or try to kill stuff with like prismatic beams, fill my hand, just make sure your hand's nice and full, your board is empty, play the bandits. You only got to do it once, it's not that bad. Uther shot first, and your turn with 3 outlaws from Showdown while your opponent has none. Easiest way to do it is just play these with prismatic beam, and you know, kill them. Or they have a full board and just play Showdown. That works too. So again, not too difficult. Refraction action, destroy 150 enemies with Prismatic Beam. I sped this up in Wild again. You play this with Mad Summoner, Prismatic Beam is always 0 and kills a bunch of 1/1s and whatever else is on the board. So yeah, I just, again, spam this just for achievement purposes, and it went really, really quickly. For Priest, we have Off the Rails, play 40 cards created by Tram Heist. I did this while collecting ingredients for bottles in the other achievement, just playing it in my deck. It's terrible. Just play it when you can, play those cards when you can. This achievement's awful. Like, the card is bad. There's no really good way to think. I mean, you could set up like where you discount your thieved cards, but it really just isn't worth it. Elise is elite, summon 24 mana worth of minions with a single Elise Badlands Savior. I just played a wild Reno deck with a bunch of expensive minions. Survived with AoEs and just played Elise. I didn't care what I hit, just as long as it was not mana. It took one game. You could do the same strategy in Standard. And then we have Waste Not, Want Not, save 300 excess ingredients in 1-cost bottles. I have a Bottle Priest here. Pip is there. She doesn't help at all. It doesn't count. It just literally, if I have like my bottle that heals for 8, I'll try and heal for 1 so I can save 7 excess ingredients, because that's how it works, right? You want to try and have as much stuff saved in the bottle as possible every time you cast it. We have Rogue, well. Throw 5 coins into a single Wishing Well. Let's play Wild Wishing Well Rogue. Counterfeit coins work as long as it's a coin. It works, and you gotta get that done. It's pretty easy and also kind of fun. Never Unlucky, win 30 dart throws. I had like a quick draw rogue because you got to play a lot of quick draw active cards, and that doesn't really happen naturally. And yeah, just get it done over time doing this. I will say, I never once hit the same minion twice when there's multiple minions on board. I never got lucky. So that is not a, I guess it's kind of no, it's a bad, inaccurate achievement title. We have Antique Flinging Slasher, destroy 40 enemies with Antique Flinger. Just played Excavate Rogues with a bunch of bouncers, and it recently got buffed to 3 mana. I had to do this at 4, and it didn't take that long. You have Shadow Step, Breakdance, all that stuff. It really doesn't take too long. Next is Shaman with Here Comes Holiday. Holodat Boy, summon the 9th frog from the Witch Doctor Holiday Staff. Just play Reno Shaman and hope to swing 9 times. You could give like Wind Fury to your hero in Wild with like, I believe the hero card, and there's like a 5 mana legendary, but I just found a bot that didn't concede and just kept swinging. But overall, it's annoying. You got to swing 9 times, not die, and not have your opponent blow up or concede. So it's a bit of a tricky one. We have Murlocs of a Feather, cast Trusty Companion on minions of 8 different types. So I just played a bunch of tribal stuff, played 2 tutors for the only spell in my deck, which is Trusty Companion. I had the 2-mana Murloc, Primordial Dungeoneer, and yeah, draw the spell, keep track of what tribals I've been doing it on, could swap them in and out of my deck as you go along, and you'll get it done. We have Take a Hike, attack with Walking Mountains 80 times. Let's play Big Shaman. You could cheat this out of like turn 3, turn 2. Pretty ridiculous with like Muck Morpher and all that. You can resurrect it. And this one went pretty quickly, and I won a lot because it turns out cheating mana is really good. Warlock, you have a multi-track drifting, attack with tram cars 120 times. I did this like in a sludge Warlock, where I've excavated as well to get like my 7 mana legendary to get the tram cars out there, as well as just the regular 3 mana spell. It worked pretty well. All aboard, draw 60 cards with Furnace Fuel without playing it. Not really a win condition in this deck, but discard Warlock with Expired Merchants, and 4 mana is my most expensive card, so I could discard the Furnace Fuel and then get it back, and then discard it again and get it back, because it really isn't that easy to manipulate that spell. And literally removal, play, discard, or destroy 150 barrels of sludge. Played Sludge Warlock with like OG Deathweight because he blows up everything in your hand. It's kind of better than the free one in this regard, and like Steam Cleaner to blow up my own deck and just try and get as many barrels of sludge that I could get going. Warrior, we have 3 diamonds and 2 sticks, attack 6 times with the same battle pickaxe. Let's play Taunt Warrior. Let's play the weapon with taunts. You'll get it done eventually. Badlands, good brawl. Have Badlands Brawler win 25 of her own brawls. So like Excavate Warrior with some bounces, so I could play my Badlands Warrior and bounce it, and then play it and bounce it. I think I had the Thogrin in here because there's also Tick Tick Boom, blow up 150 cards with Boom Boss Thogrin's TNT. So I play him, try and survive to play him. And then if he can survive, I actually would bounce him if possible. But more likely, I'm playing the 3-mana beast that draws a card that didn't start in my deck to tutor that, bounce that, and blow up their cards. It can blow up a maximum of 3 cards per TNT, so that's 50 minimum. This one takes a long time. You're gonna lose a lot. The card, the deck, not good, but what else? I guess you could try it in duels, casual duels. Maybe it'll work a bit there, but it's just a rough one. And then we have the neutrals with Ready Aim, play 200 quick draw cards the turn you get them. Quick Draw Rogue, Shadow Step Flint helps a lot. Diggy Diggy Hole, excavate 300 treasures. You'll just get this done over time. Excavate, unlike Quick Draw, is a lot better of a mechanic, and a lot of the achievements have you excavating, so you will likely get this done naturally. Yahargle Gurgle, play 80 Murlocs created by Howdyfin. I did like a really cheap Howdyfin Rogue where I just played a bunch of 0-mana cards and draw, get to my Howdyfin and like step it and just keep playing Murlocs over and over and over, and it gets done. And I actually won a few games with it. It was actually pretty funny, but not a recommended climbing deck for sure. The Good, the Bad, and the Ogre, attack 120 times with Ogre Gang minions. Did Ogre Rogue in Wild, you could do it in Standard, you could do like Ogre Priest, but yeah, just play a deck that could replay Kingpin Bud in general. But I actually got most of this done in Arena, just drafting Ogre cards. So again, one that doesn't take as long as it looks. Move a kind, trigger the battle cry effects of 60 partner minions. I did it with like Wishing Well Rogue with my 2-mana guy and just keep getting coins and bouncing. You can play other partners and just spam that, but then you have to have a lot of 2s, a lot of 3s, a lot of 4s. I just focused on the 2, and again, it's only 60 times, so it's not that many times at the end of the day. Legends of Bloodrock, play 5 different legendary Azurite beasts found from excavating. Just play the 5 classes and excavate. So Death Knight, Mage, Rogue, Warlock, and Warrior. Get the rewards, play it, you're done. Do not pass go, send 40 minions to Sheriff Barrel Brim's jail. I did it in Reno Druid because I could copy it with like Elise, Berea, Moonlit Guidance, and I needed Reno wins anyways, and you can hit your own minions. Hitting your own minions counts, and sometimes you kind of need to do that when you're achievement hunting. So it doesn't take too long, but it is a little bit annoying because you do have to get to that 20 HP. Reno saves the day, win 100 games with decks that have no duplicates. Again, just play Reno decks, play Highlander decks. Your deck must start with no duplicates. It doesn't matter if it finishes with no duplicates, it has to start that way. Also a tip, play casual duels where you start with 16 cards. It's always a no duplicate deck, and you can just try and spam quick wins there too, if you're looking for that strategy. It's 12 o'clock, destroy 12 of your opponent's cards with High Noon Duelist. Nothing specific, run High Noon Duelist, play a bunch of expensive cards, win those jousts or whatever. It's only 12, but yeah, that card really sucks. Ails with Curisia, destroy the enemy hero with Snake Oil. Play Sith Mage. It's still a good deck. You play oils with Sith, they blow up. You'll get it done in no time. Although I did it with an Azure Drake and Dragon Druid, but it was against a bot that wouldn't concede. So, it was a little bit easier to abuse. Wanted, Dead or Alive, played Excavate, Quick Draw, tradable, a legendary card with a bounty board in play. I just did it in Bounty Board Rogue, just played one of each. And you can like Shadow Step it as well to like discount it even better later on. Gold Rush, strike gold with Gold Panner. Basically play Gold Panner, and when he draws a card, it's a 1 in 5, I believe, to turn your card golden. Just don't play golden cards, because I didn't get it until I actually started playing non-golden cards, and then I got it like almost right away. I'm not sure if that's a thing, but just in case, don't run golden cards. And lastly, we have Consecutive Calamity, play elementals for 10 turns in a row. You're basically going to get this done in that Elemental Mage achievement, but any elemental deck, just play it 10 turns in a row. You just got to survive. That could be tricky, but that's all you got to do. So there you go. My tips on completing all the achievements for Showdown the Badlands. Feel free to share any of your tips, recommendations in the comments down below, and good luck achievement hunting. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day, and stay salty, my friends.